There are two ways people see the world. Some only see what they want. Others only see the obstacles standing between them and what they want. There's a classic story about two lumberjacks. Every morning, they started chopping wood at the same time. Every evening, they stopped at the same time. But one lumberjack would disappear for about an hour in the middle of the day. Despite working fewer hours, he always chopped more wood than the other. Eventually, the frustrated lumberjack who worked non-stop asked, "How is this possible? We start together, we finish together. But you take a break and still chop more wood than me. Where do you go every day?" The other smiled and said, "I go home to sharpen my axe." The lesson? Life isn't about how much you can squeeze into each day, it's about how much you can accomplish over the long run. Over a career. Over a lifetime. Rest matters. Vacations matter. Disconnecting from work matters. Sharpen your axe. I believe there are 5 simple rules you can follow to bring your spark to life. Rule 1: Go after what you want. A friend and I once went for a run in Central Park. At the end, there was a sponsor giving out free bagels. On one side of the table, boxes of bagels. On the other side, a long line of runners waiting. I said, "Let's grab a bagel." My friend said, "Nah, the line's too long." I said, "Free bagel." He said, "Not worth it." That's when I realized, some people only see the bagel. Others only see the line. So what did I do? I leaned between two people, grabbed 2 bagels, and walked away. Nobody complained. Why? Because the rule is simple: you can go after what you want, you just can't stop someone else from going after what they want. The point is, you don't always have to wait in line. You don't always have to do things the way everyone else does. You can take your own path. Rule 2: Take care of each other. The Navy SEALs are among the most elite warriors in the world. When asked what kind of person makes it through their grueling training, one SEAL said, "I can't tell you who makes it, but I can tell you who doesn't. The muscle-bound tough guys who want to prove how strong they don't make it. The self-appointed leaders who delegate everything but take no responsibility, they don't make it. The superstar athletes who've never been truly tested, they don't make it either. Who does make it? Sometimes it's the small, scrawny guys. Sometimes it's the ones who are visibly terrified. But the ones who survive all have this in common. When they are exhausted, when they are broken, when they have nothing left, they still find the strength to help the person next to them. That's the lesson. Success in life isn't about toughness, speed, or intelligence. It's about helping the people to your left and right. The world is too hard to go at it alone. Learn to ask for help. Learn to accept help. And most importantly, learn to give it. Rule 3: Be the last to speak. Nelson Mandela, one of the most respected leaders in history, was once asked how he learned leadership. He explained that growing up, he often went with his father to tribal meetings. 2 things stood out. They always sat in a circle. His father always spoke last. Most leaders walk into a room and immediately state their opinion, then ask for feedback. But once you've spoken, it's too late, everyone else's voice is influenced. The true skill is to hold your opinion until everyone else has spoken. It gives others the gift of being heard, and it gives you the advantage of hearing every perspective before making a decision. Practice being the last to speak. Rule 4: Take accountability. In the 18th century, a deadly epidemic swept through Europe. Thousands of women were dying within days of giving birth. Doctors, men of science, studied the problem carefully. They performed autopsies in the morning, then delivered babies in the afternoon. Without washing their hands. It wasn't until the mid-1800s that Dr. Oliver Wendell Holmes pointed out the obvious: the doctors themselves were spreading the infection. For 30 years, he was ridiculed, until handwashing finally became standard practice. And just like that, the epidemic vanished. The lesson: sometimes you are the problem. You don't get to take credit for success without also taking responsibility for mistakes. True leadership means owning both. Rule 5: Stay humble. A former Undersecretary of Defense once told this story. When he was in office, he was flown business class, chauffeured to his hotel, escorted to the conference, and handed coffee in a ceramic cup. A year later, after leaving his position, he was invited back to the same conference. This time, he flew coach, took a cab, checked himself in, and poured his own coffee into a styrofoam cup. He smiled and said, "The ceramic cup was never meant for me. It was meant for the position I held. I deserve a styrofoam cup." That's humility. As you rise in life, remember, the perks aren't for you, they're for the role. Always carry gratitude and humility. At the heart of all of this is empathy. If people around you are struggling, maybe the problem isn't them. Maybe it's the environment. We live in a filtered world: Instagram smiles, perfect selfies, polished captions. But behind the filters, people are hurting. Young people especially are growing up addicted to dopamine hits from social media, yet lacking deep, meaningful relationships. When stress comes, they turn to screens instead of people. That's why empathy matters more than ever. Instead of asking, "How do I get the most out of my people?" ask, "How do I help them be at their best?" Because here's the truth. Working hard for something you don't care about is called stress. Working hard for something you love is called passion. And passion is what changes the world.